Hello, hello, test, test. Okay, yeah, the bar's going. That's good. If the bar's going up, then that's a good thing. Alright. This is the first one of these that I've done in nearly a year, 11 months now. And a lot has changed. I've actually got some notes this time, so you won't see me switching tabs as much. I only really make these for myself. I don't know who is going to complain about it, but whatever. Number one, since we're in South Uptown, this place has seen 3 new builds, and may receive another one pretty soon. Which one was made first chronologically? I think it was either this one or this one. Both are made by Max. All 3 of the builds are made by Max, actually. This is a boxing gym. It's good. You've got a ring. You've got these these punching bags. You got the ring. Pretty small build. Exterior is kind of what makes it. It's a nice use of concrete powder. Yeah. It's got a nice facade. It's called KO Boxing, I think, something like that. This next one, Max's other build that he made, which I actually prefer. This one is based off the Toadstool's houses in Mario, and it's a big old Mario mushroom. Here we are. So, I forgot about this. He tried to make toads. This is his attempt at toads. I like these. You've got the mushrooms, you got cauldrons. Not sure what the cauldrons are meant to be. Here's Luigi's room. And then here's Mario's room, of course color coded. And of course Mario gets more space because he's not a fool and a coward. Gross if I can't move that closer to me. But the best one, biggest one, and newest one of all of these is his armory. This is his armory. I think it's just called the Armory. And he's great at building. He's not as good at naming. But here we have probably the nicest build in South Uptown. I really love it. It's got a dome. It's got statues. It's got a really nice use of dripstone and copper. And I think it's very nice. It's got some very good texturing work. You come onto the inside and he's got all these personalized little things for like kits. Here's one for a mace wielder for the mace that just got added recently. Here's a basic set. Paratrooper, Wolf Tamer, Medic, Crossbowman, Cavalry, Frogmen, a diamond set. These are all very, very nice and very well done. He's got this nice fountain, and he's got a two-part work on time here. This one's called The Lie of Time, and then this one is called The Truth of Time. And as you can see, you have the non-oxidized copper, and then you have the oxidized copper, which I think is pretty funny. And he's got 2 books here. I have more books with the new Choose bookshelves. This one is the True City Battle Log, which recounts a fictitious history based on real-life wars that the True City supposedly was in. And here's one about the military. Our military budget is $2.2 billion, which is actually pretty skimpy. Even though I think this city could probably, in reality, if people actually lived here, could support perhaps 1,000 people. Though, it used to be it could support 0 people, but I'll show you now why it can economically support 1,000 people. Not, they're always going to have a place to live. That's not trouble here. I think hotel is the most common type of building after restaurant here. But you'll see later. You'll see later because we're not in that part of the world. What else? Well, since we're sort of in the neighborhood, this is the closest one. You had seen this one in the old one, but the interior hadn't been finished yet. So I'll show you what that interior looks like. For luxury apartments, he determined, yes, this is residential after all. Here we are. You've got a television. You've got, let's stay downstairs first. You've got a nice place to sleep. You've got a nice room here. Oop. We've been really getting into the candles. A lot of use out of the candles. Another big room here. This one's a bit more empty, but that's that. Up here, nice little lounge zone, some books. I like the style of decoration he has going on here. This area here. And then he's got another one on the other side. He didn't really do anything with this attic, which I was kind of hoping he might, but he didn't in the end, which, whatever, it's his build. This one's quite well rated. Currently, I am the mayor, but he is set to be the mayor next one, after he built the armory. This is nice. This is one that I'll always remember, is that he uses the stripped warp stem from the warped trees, the blue warped trees, as a rolled up yoga mat, which I think is nice. And this is a gym, he's into fitness and that, so you got free weights, you've got these lecterns, and they're being used here to make these treadmills, and then you've got a sauna in here. Pretty cool. I love the campfires that just give us a way to make steam and smoke really easily. I suppose we can do Max's new build. Though we're right here. But these are the two new buildings that I've made here in New Downtown. Let's start with the less sensational one. This is the chess tower, which is really all about the exterior. I mean, come on. You can walk up all these steps if you're a madman, but more likely than not, you'll probably just be climbing from there or there, and then climb up the rest of the way. But really, there's no reason to go up here, because all there is are these model chess sets, and you've got your pawn, you've got your rook, knight, bishop, queen, king. I think this was fun. I enjoyed making this, and there was a concept that I had just because I thought it would make the skyline more interesting. I'm like, what are the most interesting looking buildings? This one's got a big old snake on the top. This one's got a flag. These two got spires. What is this build? What is this build gonna have? And what is this build gonna have? Here, I determined that it was going to have a beacon shooting out of this sphere, and I think it's the biggest sphere in the city, because it's not a proper sphere. And then the ellipse also, I just kind of gave up halfway through, but I also think it looks cool that way. Let's go inside, shall we? Okay. It's the interior of the chess tower. This is pretty much just one office. This is one guy's office here, and his sound system. Pretty unremarkable, all things considered. Up here, the stairs. Not taking the stairs, but the one that I want to show everybody, because I'm actually proud of this one. This is Mall Planet. Let's get a good 360-degree view of this bad boy. I didn't know what it was gonna be. So mall was actually kind of a cop out. Um, I wasn't 100% sold on the idea because I mean the King Bee Mall is right there, and a store is kind of a boring concept that's kind of played out on this city. But you know you can make a lot of different stores. But I wasn't excited to come up with a bunch of different ideas for stores. Like I struggled even with the King Bee Mall. That's only got like 6 or 7 stores. It's very small. But here, I knew that I'd be doing way more. But I actually started in a bit of a weird way. Because I made the exterior completely, totally first, and then I added this texturing in, after most of the interior was already done. But I did not start with this floor. I did not start with this floor. I'll show you this floor I started with when we reach it. But this is the bottom floor. And on this bottom floor, this incorporates the railway. This used to be open, but I have since changed it because I just don't think that it looks right. If you're doing this route, I think this would be fun, make your route more interesting. But either way, I'll take this minecart and we'll use it in a minute. Here we go. There's only two actual stores on this floor, but there's a men's washroom and a women's washroom. This was the first one I made. I just didn't really know what the thing was going to be. It's gutters and roof cleaners. It's pretty bare bones, I'll admit. It's not much of a store at all. In here, there's an armor shop with some cool armored trim designs that I really like. So this one, there's a bit more to this one. You can get in through there too. And then before I go upstairs, you gotta go downstairs, because down here, I considered, you might want to add shops along this way, but I decided against it. And this is just a footpath to Grand Central Station, because, I figured I liked how interconnected the chess tower and Mall Planet were just in general. With these two, and I'm like, that helps it feel more like a real city. Let's get from there to there, because that's probably where a bunch of foot traffic would be. You come out at this train station from wherever, where are you coming from? You come from Poland? Yeah, there's no malls in Poland. Come from a mall in Poland to up here to basically the Eaton Center, right? And you go and you do your shopping here, and it's a whole thing. I didn't really know what I was going to do with getting up, so I added a rail, because I figured, everybody likes trains, right? But I only did it once. I'll deal with that later. This is the second floor. I like this little bamboo design here. It's got string over top. Actually, I shouldn't ruin the magic. This is a store that's just called Big Box, because I thought that I don't want to add like a proper grocery store in here. I kept screwing up these shelves, and I was in no mood to restart them, so they're kind of stacked in a weird way with a bunch of random crap. But that's it. That's it there. Some seating. A place called Little Owls. This is so small that I could not even fit like a cashier in here. These are some cod, and then in here there used to be 2 axolotls, but out of curiosity I put a warden in that room over there. Of course I had to kill him because I realized he was going to get angry with all the noise from the axolotls and stuff like that. This is a Chinese restaurant, which has an actual menu. Tropical fish, which are always at the bottom or at the surface at any given moment, so it looks like they're dying. And then in the back you've got some ovens, whatever you might put in a pot. I guess, I don't know, whatever you might boil in a pot and in a cauldron. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. Then you take the stairs up, because I realize, I'm not going to have enough room for an escalator with these. In here there's another washroom, only other one in the world. No, there's one in the Delta Hotel, actually. This is Doc's Clocks, which I thought was a funny name. And these are just clocks, and here's a grandfather clock. That's about that. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. This is a little statue I made just because I felt that this area needed something. This is a bank. I really did not know what to do with this. I had this space built for the last time. I think this is like the second or third last to get built. Built within this, that is. Sporting goods. It's got a boat and boats and stuff for boats and things like that. Fishing rod. I'm great at describing things. That's why I love doing this so much. Let's go up here. Alright, this is probably my favorite floor. It's got a fountain, and it's got this thing, which is like a nice chandelier here. It's got the most advanced carpet pattern, and it's got this observation deck from which you can walk up, and you can see the city in whatever tint you please. It's an incidental feature. I just wanted it to match up with these. But this one, interestingly, has only one... Oh, this is also where one of the pedestrian footbridges is, and this walk is always cool. Down here is a Fletcher shop with just arrows in here, different sorts. That's that. Yeah. But that's actually the only store on this floor. To get to the next level, we gotta go up here. Go to this floor. Also one of the last ones to get done. This one's a pierogi place, when really it's just a cauldron and two signs. This is a Khmer place. Yeah. Yeah. A bit more basic than the Chinese one. The pot shop. This one's got all sorts of different decorative pots, and you can make your own pot for $55. That's a tourist trap. Those idiots from the promenade who think they're cool. Axes. What is this? This is a camping store? Yes, camping store. We've got a little display here, which I like. And then you take the stairs up yet again. I prefer this double wide staircase. Up here to the second to last floor. No, second to last floor, right? Is it? It is. This is actually this floor that I started on. I know, crazy, right? This part, totally built by my cousin Maya. So Maya, if you're watching this, if you're watching the YouTube channel, I did not forget to credit you. Yeah, it's a buffet. It's got some stuff here. I added these looms in as like grills. Yeah, that's pretty cool, I'd say. Probably one of the most unique ones out there, because it's got that light gray, that gray. What is this? Greg's Records. Is this just a record shop with most of the records in the game and a place to play them? Dairy and Berries. Okay, so you've got yeah, it's what it sounds like. It's basically just a deli, but instead it's for berries. And other than meat, I guess, because you still got the cheese. And you got some glowberries. Jack Handy's hardware shop. This is just this one is very basic. I like this one's actually a bit shameful. This is just a bunch of functional blocks in the corner. And that's it for this floor. And then on the last floor, you've got Chris's Candles, a subsidiary of Chris's Chlorine. Probably the nicest seating area. Jeremiusz Zapach, which is a uh, what am I trying to say? Cologne store. This one's only got 2 stores, I just realized that. And here's the second and last bridge up to the top of the chess tower. Now, I just finished this one today. Not the chess tower, but, you know, Mall Planet. Yeah, yeah. Tough. Took a while, took months. I was worried that I wasn't gonna finish it by the end of the summer. New build in the Sparse Lands, and the only new build in the Sparse Lands, and one of only 2 in the Sparse Lands, so it's really, you know, at the top of all those Sparse Lands lists is the Trellick Tower. And now you're not normally getting its best profile, but here is its best profile. I've went back and forth on whether or not I like the big windows. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. And you don't need big windows to look good from the outside, though, so... Like, that's one of the draws of Sunset Apartments, because you never go inside. Anyway. I've actually forgotten on what's on the inside of a good majority of these rooms. And it does have a ladder, which is a bit, you know, low. This one is luxury because you actually get 2 floors to yourself when you rent this one. You get a nice seating area, a toilet, bed. I think this is also one of the few toilets in the world. Oh, it isn't. Luxury, but use the toilets outside. Okay. I'm not gonna do the climbing thing. It's fun one time. TV. Almost all of them have TVs and kitchen islands, and this build single-handedly led to Polished Tough and Tough Bricks both being in, like, I think the top 15 of statistics of buildings most placed, with just the sheer amount here. I forget what I was going for here. What do we got in here? Pretty normal kitchen island, place to sit and, you know, cop out by the TV, and then a bed. This one's actually pretty lame. And this build sucks, and where I'm going through it. Why is this rated so high? This is number 11. Okay. Alright, this is cool. This one's got an indoor fire feature for you to impress your friends and never use. And this one. These all suck. I guess I kind of ran out of energy towards the end because I like to build from the top down, or just like actually not caring about what order it's in. Because I see this one's better. It's got an oven, and it's got a jukebox instead of a TV because this guy's a classic guy. Here we go. This guy's got a piano. He's got a TV, and his family of 4 that lives here with him, or family of 5, because why would he and his wife sleep in different beds? There you go. Maybe it is a family of 4. Maybe they do sleep in different beds. Yeah, there you got a little lore for yourself there. That's embarrassing. Yeah. Empty apartment again. Where the heck are the good ones? I think you guys get it. But then, you know, when this world dies somehow, you'll be like, oh man, I really wish I could see what was in that one. And let me tell you, it was not anything worth seeing. This building works better as a presence than it does as a building. Oh, this one's cool. Yeah. Do. How many floors are there in this damn building? Okay. That's it. Thank goodness. I guess I can show you this because I'm right here. So Christian built a little school. Of course, I had to fix it up because it was too big and it was interfering with this property, and I didn't want it to. I didn't want anybody to have to worry about that. So I fixed it. I moved it. I made sure that all the old stuff was still in here. Don't worry about it. And I even added a roof out of the kindness of my heart. This is probably the nicest new building. That's the farm. Max's farm. Remember I was talking about how many people this city could actually realistically support? Well, this made that from 0 to probably low hundreds. Because here you've got a combine harvester going over all this good wheat. Jeez. Got a carrot field. You've got a barn. Very nice barn. The first thing that he built on this property. A tractor. Cows and sheep in here. Hay. Rafter. Silo. Where you got the corn. A nice old growth mangrove. A bunch of horses. There you go. There's one. One for you. That one's free. Some sheep and some pigs. A little stream for catching some salmon. A little place for cookouts. A wheelbarrow. Some signage. A well. Chicken coop. Cat house and dog house. Wood storage. Cow place. Christmas tree farm. Melons and pumpkins. And the car. Then you got the big house. Now this place didn't start as a plantation, I want you to know that. And Max it gradually became it. Using these pale oak planks. Got a nice veranda that wraps around. Moose head. Pool. Art. Table. A kitchen. And a study, which is not complete without a skull. Or literature. Oh. Okay. It's just enchantments. A room in here. And a room in here. And then that's Max's farm. Only 3 more builds to show you. Of course, there was a bunch of like little random stuff that I didn't have time to mention, like little improvements, changes, certain roads getting paved. But one road I will mention that's newly paved is this, which is going to be like a Vegas style strip. And here is the first build that was built on it. There's another one being planned there. This is Max's Casino, which is one of the few builds which I think has a nicer interior than exterior in the world. He's got a roulette table. He's got a place for the chips. He's got a bubble elevator, slot machine, and an actual game that you can bet on, which is pretty much just a slot machine. Here we go. Shoot. Oh, well, he's got shoes which I'm going to get on. I don't like those. Pig races. I was wondering what that sound was. What is this one? Oh, this is a parkour one, where if you can beat the electric signal, then you win the prize. But I didn't, clearly. I've never actually done this. Hold on. This is a pool table. We love our pool tables. I think we love playing pool. And this is Max's little residence in here. It's just a little suite. You put the high rollers in. A gym, also for high rollers. And another suite for high rollers. Pretty cool. There's two more, and this is one of them. This one I made. It's a little tea house. I'll give you the full panoramic view. Or not panoramic, but 360. You've got Kashmiri chai, Dari chai, Persian chai. I've just made these up, most of them. Pots, a lot of pots. Let's go to this staff entrance. That's where the guy that owns the place lives. Here's another entrance, which I don't understand why you'd ever use. I was just not sure what to do with that space, and here's the space to sit down. Pretty small, but it took me a while to build because I didn't really know what I wanted to do with it until the last minute, because I kept trying to make it a casino, and it was clearly just too small. Last one, and the smallest one, probably, and the only one that's been built in King Bee, and narrowing out this part of 4 here, is a little Batsufka. By the way, if you see a build that I didn't mention in any of the ones, it was probably made by my cousins. Here you got a living room. Here's where they smoke the cheese. Here's where they smoke some more cheese. Here's cauldron, some candles, and this is where Yannick lives. I like this teapot design. I think it's pretty sharp. And that's it. That's everything. I think I've been yapping for, wow, yapping for nearly 40 minutes. So I think I'll call it a day. But yeah. All right. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed.